And now it doesn't need to because we're all on the same page. Yeah. Okay, it says it's recording. It says we're going this direction. So yeah, this will be more like a live meeting. It won't be a start and stop. You are on camera.
All right, 1G. This week, our self-defense technique is defending yourself from a bottom position in the guard. This is a very common position. You see playground bullies getting into this position. Anytime you've been knocked down and somebody comes at you, if you can, you're going to catch them in your guard and prevent them from having too much of a superior advantage over you when you're on the ground. So, he's in my guard. The level 1 is about creating space or closing space simply to get into a protection-oriented restraint. I'll show you the first one, which is closing space. So he's coming at me. What I want to do is protect with my hands, protect my head. If you can, you want to stay inside his arms. Okay? If you can, you're going to be circling and blocking, whatever you can do to man his hands, read directions to keep him from hitting you in the face. Then you're going to pull him to you and lock a guard position around his waist. Once you've locked that position, you then want to come up here and simply bear hug. You can bear hug the head, you can get underneath an arm and bear hug, but from this position, I can hold him here for a few minutes, right? You can't hold him here indefinitely. You will eventually wear out and he will eventually escape and be able to hit you. So if you have a chance of having help arrive, a police, a teacher, this is a good restraint to be in for protection. Okay? The other one, he's here hitting you or whatever, he postures up for a great big hit. As soon as he postures up, my foot is going to come to his hip. Okay? I can do 2, I can do 1, what does it matter? I'm heavier than him, so when I kick, he's going to move. But if I was heavier, if he was the bigger guy, when I push, I would simply slide away from him, right? So from here, I've landed at that butterfly position, pushing off his hip. It's a good, solid position for him to be in. And now I've created space. Now, if he comes back in, he may come back in my guard or a butterfly position. And I can continue simply to keep pushing him away from this position. Okay? Again, that's not a long-term solution. We want you to be able to defend yourself and protect yourself from this bottom guard position. So that's the level 1 restraint. The restraint being that closed guard and the hug, bear hug. If he's posturing up, I'm in that position, so I try to lock it. When he postures up real hard, it's going to be harder unless you put long legs to get this position, to get a good guard position, to get a good lock position. So that's why we teach the other alternative, that butterfly hip kick, as an alternative. If you do have long legs, move it a little more. If you do have long legs and he postures up to hit you and you're in this closed guard position, you can come up in a crunching position, grab him, pull him down, and then get back into that protective restraint. So that is level 1 of restraining from the guard position, the bottom. Level 2 from the guard position. The restraint is actually a choke, which is one of my favorite chokes because it's very easy to do, and the person on top doesn't, unless they have jiu-jitsu or wrestling experience, they really don't know that they're in trouble until it's too late. So here we are, we're down here in this guard position. I'm going to come up, if I can, close my guard, but I'm going to take this hand, I'll do this hand first because of the camera, and I'm going to come up as high as I can and grab his collar. It's what's called a collar choke. And I'm going to bring this hand, same thing on this side, and I'm going to pull him into me until my hands create a vice, cutting off the blood to his head. Okay? This isn't, I'm not necessarily cutting off the wind, his breathing. Now, if you do it tight, you'll cut off both. You'll cut off both the breathing and the blood. But I'm really, this is pinching on the sides, cutting off the arteries, cutting off the blood going to the head. is my main focus. And again, that's accomplished by coming up here, grabbing nice and high on the collar, coming up here, right behind the collar, and then pulling down and out with my hands to institute a choke. So I'm not going to do the choke tightly or do it loosely because I want to demonstrate something else. From this choke position, the nice thing is he's now worried about his head and becomes less worried about his body. He's got to get your hands free. He's got to fight. I can post a leg, posting the far leg. I can post a leg and begin a reversal with that choke position because his hands and his body are now worried about having the blood cut off to his head. He's going to be up here small and tight. I can post and roll him through. For this position, though, for this level 2, we're really just looking for trying to get a closed guard with that choke position. All right. Level 3, the third level. Now, one of the things we're trying to emphasize in Wanjin Hapkido is being dynamic. So for our lower level belts, it's kind of very static. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. For our level 1s, for our level 2s, they're very prescribed. For our level 3s, we have a lot of students coming with a lot of different backgrounds. Some of them are wrestlers, grapplers, strikers, boxers, taekwondo experts. And so we want to give people a lot of options that they can do in this third level. Same thing is true here, but it's going to start the same way. So he's going to come here, and he's laying the wood, trying to strike me, keeping my hands up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrimp away from him. Now I can put a kick in here or whatever I want to do, but I'm going to shrimp. And I'm going to, oh, he's kneeling on my gi. Okay, why can't I shrimp? It's on my elbow. Okay, so he's here coming at me. I'm going to try to get one of his hands to the ground, and I'm going to shrimp. Okay, now this is a different kind of a shrimp than you would do from like a mount position or something, where really what I'm trying to do is rotate my hips 90 degrees, so that one's on the ground, and what I'm doing is isolating everything but one arm. Okay, so in this shrimp position, okay, get into it simply from either kicking or just sliding down this way. This is the position. Okay, so instead of being flat on my back, okay, I'm now up on my side. In that typical sort of a judo, jiu-jitsu shrimp. Okay, so he comes, I shrimp, right, catching one of the arms here. Now here I've got him in a great position where I would come here, here, and rock backwards and do a shoulder lock in this position. There's also elbow locks and other things that can be done from this position. My personal preference is that shoulder lock from this position. There are other ways that someone could restrain. Again, this is restraining from this bottom mount position. And Wanjin Hapkido, we want to be flexible and learn from our students. So if somebody has something that's really great, let them demonstrate it. Let them teach us what it is, and we'll see what it is. But for us, basically, I would do a shrimp from this position to an arm, shoulder, or elbow lock. You can even do a triangle choke from this position. Once you come up here, wrapping the leg, taking the arm, again, that would require getting this arm. My legs aren't very long, so I have a hard time with triangle chokes. But if I get this arm this way, right, and come up here, like I said, legs not very long, I could do an arm bar here or a triangle choke from this position. You all right? Again, everybody has a different body. I have a really long torso with short legs, great for wrestling, great for grappling, terrible for rubber guard type of offenses and defenses. But in these positions, we call a temporary protection in level 1, a choke, right, which could wind up strangulating them and allowing you to escape, or doing that reversal as a permanent solution, or doing the Kimura, which then you can hold him there until the police or help arrive, assuming he doesn't have a knife or something in the other hand, in which case you need to modify the move. 1G.
Unmute.
What? That's weird. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Let's just end it and
Restart it.
restart the meeting.